you don't have to worry about whatever the f.640D is in 3/32. Those just are, I don't see those referenced really. I don't know if that's a mistake or just old rubber size, but whatever. There's a lot of talk about rubber. The bottom line is, I think I finally effing got what I need to order a Titan kit. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Holy crap, finally back in the basement to work on Theater of Magic. Been a little busy buying a crap load of pinball machines. It's kind of kept me occupied, as well as playing tournaments and whatnot at Forked River. So it's been a fun pinball week or two, and yeah, just been doing other pinball stuff. I just haven't had a chance to friggin' work on Theater of Magic, but I was about to do a Titan rubber order, try and get all translucent rubbers, right? But the manual is just, it's got some mistakes, I think. It calls some rubbers some weird things that are not typically used terms in today's world. Like, it says you need, I think, 9 post sleeves, but I'm pretty sure it's calling, literally is calling for post sleeves on this and post sleeves on this. And there actually originally was post sleeves on these two, and I'm like, why are there post sleeves here? Well, because the manual calls for it. But I'm never going to put a post sleeve on that type of post. I'm going to put little mini rubber like this, right? That's what I'm going to put there. And then, you know, these posts are a little skinnier than your typical star posts, you know, like here. And I always have a hard time remembering what this size is. They're called, you know, sometimes they're referred to by their inner diameter, sometimes they're referred to by their outer diameter. And then I'm like, it calls for 7 of these rubbers, 2, 4, 6. And I'm guessing this is 7, right? Because it is calling this a post sleeve. That's not a post sleeve. So I've decided that my efforts are very futile, and I'm just going to strip this playfield down and then literally put all the rubbers on a table, and then I can know exactly what I need. Like, is it actually accounting for this and this and this and this? You know? So I feel that this is the best way to do it. And then these posts have 2. So these star posts are doubles. These star posts are doubles. And I'm just not 100% sure if I go by the book, I'm going to get what I need. So the best way to tackle this is to just strip this whole playfield down and then calculate exactly what it is I need. But since I pulled 2 post sleeves off of here, I've actually got to add 2 little mini post rubbers to my pile so that I remember to order those. But anyway, so next best thing to do is just tear the playfield down and put all the rubbers in a cute little pile and then do the math. So wish me luck. All right, here's a little progress report with the tiger saw off. That's what it looks like. And the brass coated wire form with the magnet on it, and 1 ramp. So far so good. This is all the hardware for the ramp. I need to put that with the ramp, so I remember that. Starting to get down layer by layer. It's a pretty clean machine overall. Gotta remember this orientation here. Not as many layers as whitewater, so, you know, once you've done a whitewater, pretty much anything else is no biggie, really. Still Always a different puzzle each time. Starting to build up my rubber pile. Hey, my collection of Laniel automatic signs is growing. I've got 2 more of these guys, and then I found this cool plaque on, I think it was Super Soccer that I had recently. So that's all going to go in the Laniel automatic rafter there. Also, Kevin graciously modified my pinball coaster here. He cut off a ring here, I think it's 2-inch ring, welded it on. So when I'm moving machines across the floor, it stabilizes the machine much better because my floor is not very even. And so this is pretty friggin' sweet. Where did I put those? The rest of those are right there for now. Yeah, pretty sweet little mod. And then look what else I got. From pinballrom.com, Dave Estill got me the latest code. Yeah, I've had this probably for about a week now and have yet to install it, but obviously that's going to go in. And yeah, so I think it's this big ramp will be next. All right, here's the latest progress report. I've got the playfield stripped down, I think about as far as I need for the most part. All the plastics and ramps and lane guides, etc. There's a couple of the back panel components, the mirror, and I think I've removed every single rubber out of the game. So now the fun is to reference what the manual says, what actually came off the machine, and what is actually correct, because what is on the machine doesn't mean that that is actually correct. For example, I pulled off a 3-inch rubber on the slingshots. They're often 2.5-inch rubbers. So we'll have to see if the incorrect rubbers were on there or not, because not all rubbers are made the same. You can have silicone 2.5-inch, a rubber 2.5-inch white, a rubber 2.5-inch black, and they can all fit differently. So that's always fun. Also, this outlane post looks like it wants a couple of those rubbers, and same with the other side. There were none on there, so I'm probably going to have to add 4 of those just to be safe, because typically the ball doesn't want to be hitting onto metal. I mean, a lot of tournaments say remove outlane rubbers, so it's not that big of a deal, but imagine there's rubbers on there out of the factory, and I will check some photos and see if other people are putting rubbers on there or if it's typically left off. But here is all the parts. That mirror will clean up nicely. This plastic, I thought it was a little bit warped, but maybe that was just me. I didn't really discover any broken plastics. This is definitely, I don't know if you can see that with the camera, this is a little darker red than this, so that's a minor subtlety. But here is the parts pile. Now, I tried to do it in some sort of order, like that, from the order I removed stuff, like that, and this ramp had to overlap, and like so. But, so, yeah, I don't know, it's a little bit of organized chaos. But I should be able to figure it out. This is a little floppy. No? Okay, that's fine. This guy is pretty loose, but that might be fine. Anyway, let's just have a quick peek at this rubber situation just for fun. Oh, wait. Shooter tip. Let's grab that off of there so I don't forget. I doubt I'm gonna. But that's the last piece of the puzzle here. Okay, this is basically everything that came off. Originally, there were 2 post sleeve rubbers on the outlane posts. The manual says they should go there, but like WTF, that is obviously incorrect. Somebody thought that it was correct and had them on there, but no, I'm not doing that. So technically there would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of these guys on the machine, but I changed them for these guys. So we got, let's see if we can sort this out. Ball shooter tip 1, that one's easy. Black sleeve 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if you include the 2 outlaying posts. Where's the 8th one? Well, I mean, why does it call for 8? There's no other post I missed. There's 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there it is. Okay. What do you know? I'm going to grab that. I'll be right back. Okay, actually, that's just a bit of a pain in the butt right now with this gate in the way. And then to access the screws there, that is also a large pain in the butt. So I'll deal with that after. Or maybe just leave it there because you're never going to see it and it's not brittle and it's probably not going to break. But knowing me, I probably will change it anyway. Anyway, moving on. So manual is correct in the sense for number of posts, except manual, don't put rubber post sleeves there. That is not true. Okay, next thing we got. Rubber grommet 3-32. Like, what the F is rubber grommet 3-32? It's not something I ever friggin' come across. Apparently there's 3 of them. Under D. D is there. And D is there. And D is there. Okay, I'm going to show you what it's basically saying. There's 3 items that are all the same. D, right? It's like this, this, and this. Okay? These 3 items. I think that's what it said. If you notice, this is not the same as these. And this is thicker, and it requires a thicker rubber. So that is a flaw in the manual. Right? So D here, here, and the other one is back right corner. Okay, well, back right corner is correct. So if the arrow is pointed to here, here, and here, then it would have been correct. So there's your next mistake. All right, what else do we got? Rubber rings, 5/16. Those are E, and we need 6 of those. And E is 1 over here. Sorry if this is horrible. 1 over here. Okay. And 1 over here. So I think those are referring to the double posts. 5/16. So there's a 1E, a 2E, and a 3E. And if they're all doubles, then that would be accurate. But it looks like I have 8 of those that came off the machine. So 2 are here. Okay, double post. I think 2 are here, double post. 2 are here on the double post. Anyway, obviously I need 8 and not 6. Otherwise I wouldn't have 8 there. So another mistake. Okay, here's kind of the easier stuff we can figure out. It says we want 1 3/4 inch ring. Boom, that's what I pulled off. That is correct. 4 1-inch rubbers. Well, that's weird because I have 2. So maybe someone put on the wrong rubbers. I have 2 1 1/4. Does it want any 1 1/4s? No. It wants 1 1 1/2. I have 3 1 1/2s that came off there. Very fun. And I got 2 2-inch. What? 2 2-inch. I've got 2 3-inch. There's not even any 2 1/2s. See what I mean here? Like, WTF. This is redonkulous. So I think what I'm going to do is re-rubber the machine with all brand new rubbers. okay, with my stash here. And then I'm gonna unrubber the machine with my stash, and then I will see what rubbers I have at that point, because then I know that what I install is actually correct. So there's like a 10-stage process here, and almost nothing adds up, so that's why I can't place my Titan order yet. Okay, you know, if I just wanted to go white rubber rings, life would be so much easier. I could already be assembling. Well, not true, I gotta clean the playfield, but I want translucent rubber rings because it's cooler and $200 and 2 weeks to wait. So, 'tis what it is. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rubbers. Oh, these guys here, they triangulate on this metal post, so they don't need individual rubbers. They go there. 10 rubber rings, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think I got all the rings covered. Now I'm going to cross-reference and see what is correct, what is not. These 3-inch rubber rings, definitely not correct, because these are 2.5-inch and they fit perfect. So I am going to make a list of what I've got on here and compare it to what I pulled off there. All right, good news. Other than the 2 3-inch rubbers, which were incorrect, the rest match up. Got 3 1.5s, 2 1.25s, 2 1-inch, and 1 3/4, and that matches up, I think, exactly to this, except for obviously these slingshot rubbers. But 3 1.5s, 2 1.25s, 2 1-inch, and 1 3/4. So that is all good. Now, is that what the manual says? The manual does say, oh yeah, there it is, 2 2.5s. Okay, that's good. 3 1.5s. Calls for 1 1.5. Okay. I have 2 1.25s. What do you got for 1.25s? None. Okay. 2 1-inch. It says here that there are 4 1-inch and 1 3/4-inch, which matches up. So, you know, if this shipped with black rubber in, what, 95, then the rubber sizes might have just been a little bit different. In today's world, with these rubbers, this is how they fit most comfortably. So this is what I'm going with, and the rest is fairly simple to figure out. So yeah, quite crazy rubber shenanigans. Okay, it's taken me like probably 3 hours between starting to place my Titan order and figuring crap out, then realizing nothing was making sense, and then deciding that I'm gonna have to tear down my playfield, pull off all the rubbers, and then do all the rubber math. Yeah, so like 3 hours later, ish, give or take, I think I finally got it all figured out. It comes down to this little piece of paper here. This is money. Study this if you have a theater of magic. Pretty sure this is going to be perfect, but there's always room for error. So I am getting 6 post sleeves, not getting 8 like they request. 2 flipper rubbers, yes. 1 shooter tip, yes. 2 2.5-inch rubbers, that is correct. Okay. And 3 1.5-inch rubbers, so not 1. Anyway, I went through the rings already, but the smaller ones, these are your standard 5/16 rubbers, okay? And they want you to get 6, but you actually need 8. And then what they refer to as 3/16. No, they refer to these rubber grommets as 3/32. No, hold on a minute. I thought I had all this figured out. So these are the 5/16, these are the 3/16, of which you need 8. And they say you need 7, and they call them 0.64 OD. All right, and then you need 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of these, which are actually 7/16 outer diameter. Do you see where the confusion lies here? So if you are going to do a Titan order, they have all these exact numbers in stock, and you don't have to worry about whatever the F 0.64 OD is and 3/32. Those just are, I don't see those referenced really. I don't know if that's a mistake or just old rubber size, but whatever. There's a lot of talk about rubber. The bottom line is, I think I finally effing got what I need to order a Titan kit. But I don't necessarily need all of what is on this list, because I have some left over from a Pinball Life little sample pack that I bought. So I'm going to be able to use as much as I can off there. These I bought like 10 years ago, and they used to be translucent, but they've aged over time and now look like skin color, so I don't know that I will ever use those. And I also have purple post sleeves that I'm going to use, so I don't need to order those. I do not have purple flipper rubbers though. I don't know if another one of these colors is really great for theater though. I think purple is the way to go. So I'm going to see what I actually need to order compared to what I have in stock and subtract that. Alright, so I don't need to order post sleeves or shooter tip. I'll go with yellow or clear flipper rubbers. I need these, I need these, I don't need these, and look at that. I got a 3/4, I got a couple 1-inch, couple 1 1/4, and one 1 1/2. So I literally need to order 4 rubber rings of the big variety and then these small guys, and that'll be it. So that'll save me a few bucks. Okay, I'm just kind of figuring out what my plan of attack is now. Maybe it's time to clean the playfield, and then I can actually start populating my rubbers that I have in stock. So I've removed all of the bulbs, topside general illumination. So those are all good to go for LEDs, but I got to clean the playfield first. So I started with the back panel here, clean that up, remove this plastic. There's 3 LEDs back there for general illumination and 2 flashers. And then 2 more general LED, general illumination bulbs here, and a hidden flasher that I had no idea existed. And it was not working, so replace that bulb, clean that up a bit, and that's good to go. So I think the next logical step is to clean the playfield, and then I can LED it. This is actual general illumination bulb here too, eh? This red flame, lightning flame. So that's pretty cool. That just stays on all the time. So yeah, clean the playfield, LED it, and then rubber it as much as I can. And, you know, that would probably make for a wrap for today. Look at this. That guy's going to need to be replaced. So I'll check in on all the star posts. I don't know if I have any doubles, so hopefully they're all good. But I'm pretty sure I've got some normal star posts. I know I used a bunch of them on Mars God of War. I think all the new ones I had, but probably have enough to replace any bad ones. Because they're all in pretty good shape, so I could order a whole star post kit, but I don't really think that's necessary. So that is the game plan. Okay, so as usual, I use Novus 2. I have never actually waxed a pinball machine in my life, for what it is worth. A lot of people do, and probably a good thing to do, but I've never done it. I just use the Novus 2 and comes out pretty damn good. So I didn't really comb over too closely the before, but this thing cleaned up pretty darn good. All the ball trails, it's nice and shiny now. I just kind of load up the Novus 2 on one cloth. I'm not too shy about it. And then after I've cleaned for half an hour to an hour, whatever it takes, then I take a completely dry cloth and then just buff out all the smears and smudges, kind of polish it up. Especially noticeable on the black portion of the playfield. So I don't think I missed any major areas. It's looking pretty darn good. This playfield is actually in great shape. There's like tiny little bit of something going on there. The ball drop zones, tiniest little bit there. But even this edge can often be pretty chippy and chewy, but that is nice. Oh, check out the shooter lane. I've got to do this apron as well. I'm going to remove the apron actually. Ooh, that is pretty beauty. But yeah, the shooter lane. Look at that. It's pretty darn good for what, 40-year-old game. 95, 2005, 2015, 2024, 30-year-old game, right? Anyway, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I did use the compressed air afterwards to try and get all the crumbs and crust and dust off. Polished up the captive ball. I'm still going to do the targets, but I use rubbing alcohol for those. And I cleaned the kicker heads with the Novus cloth. They turned out pretty good. They're usually black. So I think I'm going to probably go ahead and LED this guy now, topside wise. I'll tighten down all the pop bumper bodies, although they feel pretty good. Try and clean up this rust a bit on the flaps. Maybe a very, very light sandpaper. Oh, that's a little bit sticky. Okay, seems to be happy now. Well, yeah, this thing is cleaning up nicely, so putting a good dent in it today. All right, time for another progress report. Let's see if I can remember everything that I've done since the last clip here. Cleaned up the flipper bats and installed the yellow rubbers, which actually look pretty damn good. Dremeled the slingshot switches, fully LED'd the general illumination. What else have I done? I determined that this socket, it just wasn't cooperating with me, the light bulb, and I wiggled the leg just a little bit and it broke off. So one of those clips is gone, so I'm gonna have to replace that socket. I'm pretty sure I have one of those in stock. But yeah, I love how the warm white LEDs look on this machine. I'm feeling like I'm forgetting a thing or two. What else did I do? Well, I started putting on the translucent flipper rubbers, not flipper rubbers. I already did those, but I had to remove this couple screws out of that wire guide because this one bulb was fighting me right here. And I ended up just deciding to install it from underneath, as well as that one in the top right corner. Those were easier to do from backside. But anyway, that's how things are looking. Pretty sweet. I think I will clean up the stand-up targets and put on the post sleeves and maybe call it a wrap for the night. So I'll be back. All right, I'm getting close to the time limit that I have for today. So I don't know if this will be the last clip or not, but getting there. So these guys were bad and I replaced them. And here's the rest of the progress report. Started to assemble what I could. Cleaned up these lane guide plastics on both sides and installed what rubbers I could. These guys, including the purple post rubbers here, pretty much the whole pop bumper zone. I had all those rubbers. And then these guys over here. This gate's giving me a little bit of trouble. Doesn't want to close all the way. If I push this wall, then it will. But the wall's in the way. And not really much of an adjustment for that. So I gotta figure that out because I don't want to assemble the entire machine to find out that the ball's like slipping through backwards and that's gonna cause some sort of issue. So I'm working on that. I did clean the stand-up targets. These white stand-up targets were ridiculously white. You know, for a game that you just buy that hasn't been shopped in forever, surprised that these were not very dirty. These orange guys cleaned up nice. There's the other purple rubber there. And this yellow guy, he's cleaned up. Things are starting to look pretty cool. But yeah, this post was smashed and this post was smashed, so that has been remedied. I actually think it might have been this post because it is a little bit darker than the others. And the other post that was smashed, I stole from here because it's also a little bit darker and put an original color matching post over there. And that is pretty much about it, I think. Oh, I might have forgot this on the last little take there, is that I was able to clean up the rust. It was very light, wet sandpaper. It kind of got rid of some of the black, but it looks a lot better than the brown. Same with this side. And I sanded the top of these guys and polished them up a little bit too. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm probably gonna end up at a standstill soon, Playfield wise. So only so much more I can do. I can probably put on these pop bumper caps, and there's a bunch of other stuff I can do under the Playfield. In the back box, some repinning of connectors. I have a lengthy to-do list. Still got to take off the apron, clean under that, and see if I have some apron cards in stock. I think I might. Look at that. That is pretty darn clean. So I'll probably do it anyway, and then clean the apron. And then maybe that's where I'll wrap things up. What time is it? 5:30. So yeah, I been on a bit of a pinball buying spree lately, and picking up another one basically at 6:45. So I'll putter around for another half an hour, and you'll hear all about it eventually. It's just an old Allied Leisure Hearts and Spades cocktail machine. But yeah, that one went on a bit of an adventure on its own. Had some fellow Shenanigans help transport that thing from very far away. So I gotta go and deal with that. But I think I'll putter for a few more minutes. All right, here's the last progress report of the night, and then I have to go. So I did remove the apron, cleaned underneath, which was practically spotless. Hey, you little bugger. That guy will have to get addressed. Clean that socket or something. I did find some apron cards. I thought I might have had a set, so they're installed. These plastics, I think I already mentioned that. What else did I do? Not a whole lot. I did install this whole skill shot weldment to realize that I needed to uninstall it because I need this rubber to go on before I can install the plastic that goes on top before I can install the weldment. So I was a couple of steps ahead of myself. But yeah, so that's basically it. Like, I feel like I did another thing or two, but I got a short memory and I don't recall. I guess the apron and apron cards. Oh, and there it is. The one back corner plastic. I was able to install that. Oh, and the pop bumper caps. There we go. They came out nice. I cleaned them up with a little Novus and They're beautiful. So that's where I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Put in way more of a dent than I thought I was going to. I was just kind of on a mission to find the correct rubber sizes, and well, turned into a little bit more, but more than that. So pretty stoked with how this is turning out. Anyway, I guess that's episode 3. We'll see you next time.